everybody, and welcome to Two Canadians Football Podcast. I'm your host, Matty P.
And I'm your co-host, C-Money, Chris Miller.
And we are back at it with episode 7. And today we will be doing a mock redraft.
Yeah, should be a fun one.
We will be doing a 10-team mock, 2-quarterback, half-point PPR. Tune in right away.
Yeah, no defense, no kickers, so we're just going to leave that part out of the equation.
No IDP, so we're just going to keep it pretty straightforward. But first, let's get to the news. Today's piece of news, fresh out of Cleveland, Deshaun Watson has proposed to the NFL league, saying that he would take a 8-game suspension and he would gladly pay a $5 million fine.
Pretty crazy for him to offer that, since he was handed, six games and a much smaller fine. I'm not sure the exact number that the fine, but significantly lower than that. So that's interesting that he would throw that out there.
Yeah, he must be getting desperate. He must really want to play. He is starting the preseason game Saturday in a couple days.
Yeah, probably feeling the heat from the pressure of, people saying it should be the year. So he's trying to, offer an ultimatum, I suppose.
I don't know if this will work in his favor.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's hard to say.
So stay tuned on that issue. In other related news, the Browns will consider Jimmy Garoppolo if Watson's 6-game suspension increases.
Yeah, I mean, that's not much of a news flash to me, but to me, I just think, of course, they'd consider it. Doesn't mean they'll do it. I still think Seattle's probably the front runner for Jimmy G's services, although I suppose San Fran would rather not have him in the division. So, there you go.
Yeah, and I'm curious about the cost to acquire Garoppolo from.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know that Cleveland would want to I don't know if they can afford to tie up that much more money in another quarterback. He's got a hefty price tag.
I actually like Jacoby Brissett. When he was he with the Colts a few years ago?
Yeah, in New England, Miami, I believe.
He's much like a Garoppolo himself.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. He's aight. Serviceable as a backup, for a couple games. I don't know about a whole season, though. I think he's shown that he's not quite up to that challenge.
An interesting scenario with no end as of yet. So on to our 10-team mock. I'm about to hit start right now.
We also have a special guest mocking with us. Mr. Robin Kimball, the medal sweeper himself, is going to be mocking. Right now, the positions. So we have a 10-team league going here. 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 flex, 1 tight end, and that's the extent of the lineup. And then we'll have a bench. It's going to be half PPR, and Matty P is picking from the 3 hole. Robin, the medal sweeper, is in the 4, and I'm going to be taking the 8 spot.
If you guys haven't heard of our friend Robin, a.k.a. medal sweeper, cleaning up the streets all across the world, he's got dreadlocks that pretty much touch the ground, and hence the nickname medal sweeper.
And he goes around the world cleaning the streets to heavy music. It's an amazing thing.
We will see how much success he has in this mock. I guess we won't. But he is in our League of Champions league. And
he's in another league with us as well.
Set for life.
Set for life.
So good luck in this mock, medal sweeper. We won't make fun of you too hard.
We'll see how much he crushes our hopes and dreams.
So you want to go and hit the start button there?
Oh, yep. Okay, let's fire this up. Start mock draft. Let's go. Okay, we got a 2-minute time limit here, so we can get them on the line. Let's go. Here we go. Pick one on the board. You're on the clock. Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey.
All right, with my first round pick, third overall, I am gonna go Derrick Henry.
Oh, wow. Going for the high upside swing. Robin goes Jamar Chase. Cooper Kupp goes next. Austin Eckler at Team 6. Team 7 grabs JJ. So, as a Vikings fan sitting in the 8 hole, I'll happily take Dalvin Cook at pick number 8. Let's do it. Here we go. Dalvin's on the board. Now, Team 9 goes Najee Harris. Team 10, Joe Mixon. Comes back with Devontae Adams. A nice little combo there. Team 9 goes Nick Chubb. So he's riding Najee Harris and Nick Chubb. This is 2 quarterbacks. So I'm thinking I should grab the first QB. I'm going to go Josh Allen. The next team grabs Travis Kelce. Team 6 goes Alvin Kamara. Team 5, Saquon Barkley. And we got the metal sweeper up next. He goes Patrick Mahomes.
So Josh Allen and Mahomes are gone. I guess I will take Mr. Herbert. I actually think he finishes the QB1 this year, so I don't mind taking him.
Yeah, very good chance. I think it's between those 3, I would guess. But you never know. There are a couple guys that can run. Team 2 comes back with Andre Swift. Then we got Stephon Diggs to team number 1, followed by Aaron Jones on the turn. Then CeeDee Lamb, and now it's up to you. You're back with...
So I've got Derrick Henry, Herbert. I am going to go ahead and take Mark Andrews.
Nice. Grabs the second tight end. Middle sweeper chooses Joe Burrow. Followed, Team 5 takes Tyreek Hill, Javonte Williams, A.J. Brown. Now it's come back to me. So far I've taken Dalvin Cook and Josh Allen. So I'm thinking I could probably use a wide receiver, or I could go tight end here. Debo is on the board. You know what? I like the tight end Pitts better, so I'm going to go ahead and grab Pitts while I can. Metal Sweeper calls it that I was going to take Pitts. All right. Good call. I'm pretty high on Pitts this year. Next, okay, wide receiver. So we got Mike Evans. I'm staring in the face here. Ezekiel Elliott, Montgomery, Hall. I could go with Hall here. Elliott. I'm gonna go ahead and grab Keenan Allen. I think he's in for a big year. Follow the next pick comes Breece Hall, then Mike Evans, Ezekiel Elliott to Team 5. And now Metal Sweeper's on the clock. So far he's got Jamar Chase, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow. So he's rocking 2 quarterbacks already. He's looking nice in the QB section. Now he's thinking about it. I bet he would have taken Mark Andrews if he was still available, but now
He loves the tight end.
He goes Schultz.
Yeah, there you go. That's our friend. He loves the tight ends.
So he goes Schultz.
Yeah, there you go. So I've got running back Derrick Henry, quarterback Herbert, tight end Andrews. I guess I'm going to take a wide receiver now. I'm going to go with T. Higgins. I think he's going to ball out there with Chase.
Yeah, nice pick. Would have been one for Metal Sweeper to think about to pair with Burrow there. Oh, I guess he's already got Chase, so he doesn't want necessarily the whole offense.
And I'm actually pretty happy that Michael Pittman has fallen to me in the 5th round here. I'm a huge Pittman fan, and I think he's going to have a monster year.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, that is nice. All right. Metal Sweeper on the clock. He's got Chase, Mahomes, Burrow, and Schultz. What's he going to do here? Another wide receiver, or maybe he goes running back. Let's see. What am I looking at here while I'm waiting? And he goes with Travis Etienne. Grabs the back. Yeah. After that, Team 5 goes David Montgomery. Next, Lamar Jackson. Followed by Team 7 taking Cortland Sutton. So I'm on the clock now. I've got a running back, Cook, Josh Allen, Kyle Pitts, Keenan Allen so far. I could. Right now it's sitting. Kyler Murray is staring me in the face. There's also Yeah, I'm not loving the running backs at this time. I could go Yeah, maybe I'll do DJ Moore. So I grabbed DJ Moore. Now it's back to me. Mike Williams, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, Darren Waller went. I'm on the clock again. So now I am going to come back with my quarterback. I'm going to grab Kyler Murray. DK Metcalf goes. Elijah Mitchell, Allen Robinson. Now it's up to the metal sweeper. Who's he going to go with? He's thinking about it. He's probably going to go wide receiver, I'm guessing, just by looking at kind of who's available. But he could surprise. Could go running back. Right now, your top flex options are Jacobs, Dobbins, Amari Cooper, and he goes with Marquise Brown. All right.
I'm looking for an RB2 here, and this is an easy selection for me. I'm going to go A.J. Dillon. I think he's going to have a good year there with Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I think especially if either one of them misses any time, the other one will become just the de facto number one, and that should be huge for those guys. So now on the turn we go J.K. Dobbins, Jalen Hurts, Josh Jacobs, Damian Harris, and now it's back to you again.
I'm going to take a flyer here because I have a feeling that this guy could ball out by mid-season. I'm going to go Kenneth Walker for Seattle.
Okay. Oh, and Metal Sweeper just goes Dak immediately. Amari Cooper, Chris Godwin, Clyde Edwards-Helaire off the board. So now, right now, I'm only sitting with one RB at the moment. Miles Sanders is sitting there. Kareem Hunt. Ooh, I do love me some Kareem Hunt. For wide receivers, Brandon Cooks is still available. Ooh, and I'm on St. Brown. I'm gonna go with St. Brown. I like his potential this year. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go Brandon Cooks. Getting my third wide receiver. So I've got Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and Brandon Cooks as my top three wideouts. I'm on Ross St. Brown was picked, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to come back with him. Damn. I can get Adam Thielen here. I could also, I could grab Juju, Drake London, Gabe Davis is who I'm looking at to pair with Josh Allen, so that's where I'm going to go. Tom Brady's next off the board, then Michael Thomas, Miles Sanders, and Metal Sweeper grabs Juju to pair with Patrick Mahomes.
I like Juju this year.
Yeah, I think he's probably the best candidate to be our wide receiver one on that team.
I think I am going to grab another quarterback here, and I was going to grab Matthew Stafford, but something tells me his elbow may not hold up, so I'm just going to take Rodgers. Rodgers has been pretty good to me, helped me win a Dynasty League last year, so let's take Mr. Rodgers as my QB2.
All right, so following that pick, Drake London comes off the board. Adam Thielen, Matthew Stafford, Dallas Goedert, and now back to you again.
I'm going to grab another QB right now, my third QB, my bye week QB, you could say, and that guy will be Mr. Kirk Cousins.
Oh, solid pick. All right. Metal Sweeper is up. Yeah, I like the Kirk Cousins pick. That's I think he's in for a big year. I know it's not a sexy pick. It's not exciting, but I do think that they're going to find a lot of success with the offense they're going to be running this year.
I agree.
Metal Sweeper taking his time, and he goes DeAndre Hopkins. I like that pick too. He's suspended for the first 6, but when he comes back, he should come back with a vengeance. So that's a nice one. Then Kareem Hunt, Rashad Bateman, Trey Lance. So now it's back to me. I'm thinking I need to go running back here. The top one available right now is Cordarrelle Patterson. I do think he could have another big season. It was a little surprising what he did last year, but I'm going to go ahead and take Cordarrelle, former Vike. Let's go. So then Derek Carr comes off the board. Tua, Justin Fields, Rashad Penny, and it's back to me again. I'm looking at, this is kind of the area I like. There's a few running backs in this zone that I do like. I'm tempted to take Singletary here, but I already have him in another league, so I like to diversify when it's getting to this point in the draft. And so I'm going to grab Tony Pollard here. Hope for a Zeke injury. No, just kidding. I think they both could have really good years, even with the two of them together. So, kind of like A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones.
Very similar situation.
All right, Metal Sweeper is back on the clock. Still needs his second RB, and he goes Chase Edmonds. Nice choice. I was looking at him as well.
So I have Henry, Higgins, Pittman, Dillon, Walker, Rogers, Cousins. I'm looking for my wide receiver 3, and this is the time to act on this player. I'm going to grab Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's kind of one that I feel has fallen a bit because of his last year, where he was in the doghouse with Shanahan, and so I think he's up for a good bounce back season.
He's fallen, but he's starting to rise in approaching the week 1. So it's back to me. Burks is off the board. Lawrence is off the board. And I think at this spot, I'm going to grab Ramondre Stevenson. There's talk about Damian Harris getting traded, so give me Stevenson.
Nice pick. Oh, Robin grabbing a 4th QB. Goes Mac Jones. Matt Ryan comes next. Elijah Moore. Tyler Lockett. I do still need a fill-in for a bye week quarterback. And the quarterback position is starting to get pretty picked over. So I'm thinking maybe I should do... I don't know if I like any of these guys. Maybe I'll bypass that for now. Running back. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go wide receiver here and grab Chris Olave off the board. That's probably my favorite player of this bunch. Okay, now, so since then, Zach Ertz goes off the board. James Cook, Robert Woods, Alan Lazard. Right now, my top options are probably Wilson, wide receiver for the Jets, Melvin Gordon, Christian Kirk, Claypool, Sky Moore. I'm going to take a shot on Sky Moore here, I think. See if the rookie can throw it down a little bit. I've got good wide receiver depth already, so taking a shot on a young rookie doesn't hurt too much if he doesn't pan out.
I'm going to grab a second tight end, and I can't pass up Cole Kmet. I think he's going to garner a lot of targets. He had 90 catches last year, and now there's a new offense with the new head coach that runs very specific tight end schemes. So give me Cole Kmet.
Before that, just before you, Metal Sweeper took Ronald Jones, who could end up being the lead goal line back in Kansas City. It's kind of undecided what's going to happen there.
Yeah, but there's also talk of Isaiah Pacheco, the rookie, moving up and knocking out McKinnon and Jones.
We shall see.
So it's back to me. Garrett Wilson is off the board. Gesicki's off the board. Kirk, Claypool. With my 13th round selection, I'm going to go Isaiah Spiller.
Oh, it chose Dameon Pierce for you.
Oh, it chose Dameon Pierce for me, but that's okay.
That's actually not a bad... It's kind of splitting hairs.
I do like what I've seen from him in training camp so far.
And Metal Sweeper grabs James Robinson because he loves his Jags. Hunter Henry off the board. Zach Wilson, Michael Carter. So I'm still looking at tight ends here. I think I do like Albert O for Denver, and I do like Irv Smith's prospects, so I'm going to grab Irv just because I like him. More Vikings. Let's go. Kadarius Toney off the board, Russell Gage, Isaiah Spiller, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and now we're back. So let's see here. What do I want to do? I think I'm going to look at... I'm going to have to look at the... Actually, you know what? I'm going to go running back again. I'm going to grab Henderson from the Rams. Then Madison goes next after Robin commented that he was predicting my pick, and he went the pick directly after me. Tyler Algier, Christian Watson, and now Metal Sweeper's up, and he grabs Naeem Hines.
Oh, and I was actually accidentally on auto pick for both of those picks. It took Gallup for me, and then it took Landry.
Interesting. I mean, Gallup is a good receiver, but he's not playing for the first little bit. Oh, then Metal Sweeper grabs Austin Hooper. Jameson Williams comes off the board there. Khalil Herbert, Kenneth Gainwell. I like both of those backs, and I would have taken either one of them next with my next pick. But since they're gone, let's go ahead and grab Raheem Mostert. I like his opportunity in Miami. It sounds like they're going to be a run-heavy approach. So we'll see if he can sneak his way onto the field and take that backfield over. So J.D. McKissick off the board. Noah Fant, Mark Ingram, Tyrion Davis-Price. I'm going to grab my backup QB here, and I'm going to grab... I'm going to go with Daniel Jones. Let's give him a shot. I think he's in for a surprisingly good season this year.
Danny Dimes.
Yeah, let's do it. Bye week filler.
Danny Dimes.
David Njoku goes off the board. Tyler Higbee, Gus Edwards, Romeo Dubs, rolling on Dubs. The metal sweeper grabs the Green Bay training camp superstar.
So with the 16th round pick, I'm pretty solidified all across the board, but I'm going to go with Rondale Moore. I think they might utilize him to the team's advantage.
Yeah, he's an interesting player. I took him in our dynasty draft. I do like the prospects. He's a good prospect. There's just a lot of mouths to feed in that offense. So but early on, while DeAndre Hopkins is suspended, he should hopefully carve out a role.
And with the 17th and last round pick for my redraft team here, it's between two here. It's between Tolbert and Julio, but give me the rook. I'll take Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah, nice. Dallas wide receiver. I think he has a good shot to be the number 2 on that team. Metal Sweeper making his final pick here. Who's he going to go with? Still some decent options on the board. He goes Alec Pierce, wide receiver, Indy. Then after that, Jacoby Myers, Julio Jones, Brian Robinson. And now I'm back on the clock for my final pick. Right now, just looking at my team, I'm pretty set up at all the positions, so it's really just depth at this point. Taking a shot. I'm going to take a stab on Devontae Parker being the lead guy in New England there. And that concludes our draft right now. So let's take a look at what we ended up with.
So looking back on our teams, how do you like yours, Miller?
I actually like my team a lot. I'm very strong at QB. If I was going to pick a weakness, I suppose it would be running back. But I mean, I feel like I'm pretty strong across the board. I got Josh Allen and Kyler Murray, solid 2-quarterback tandem. Dalvin Cook and Cordarrelle Patterson. I mean, you're going to be weak somewhere. Cordarrelle, he could have another big year, but you can't have studs at every spot, so that's probably the weakness if I was going to pick one for this team. 3 wide receivers. The starters are Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and Brandon Cooks. I like that. That looks good. Tight end Kyle Pitts. Solid as well. Should be in for a big second year. Gabe Davis in my my flex position. Pairing with him with Josh Allen is kind of nice. But then I've also got my bench here. I've got Tony Pollard, Chris Olave, Sky Moore, Irv Smith as tight end 2. Running backs, Darrell Henderson and Raheem Mostert. Maybe one of them becomes the leader there of that backfield, depending on injuries and such. Daniel Jones will be my quarterback 3 as my bye week fill-in. And finally, the last one, Devontae Parker. So I like the looks of that. I'd say I'd be in for a pretty solid year with a team that looks like that, barring injuries.
Yeah, I would definitely say running back is your weakest position. Only Dalvin Cook and the rest are kind of questionable. Right. But you have plenty of pieces that I'm sure you could make a trade.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
that's only my critique on your roster there. pretty solidified, including some guys I really like Sky Moore and Gabe Davis on your team there.
Yeah, for depth. Yep. So how do you feel about your team?
I do like my team. I got Herbert, Rogers, Cousins. I don't think you can complain with that. I might have a hard time picking who to start, like Herbert and Rogers or Cousins. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Some weeks might get tough. Sure.
But I do like my running backs: Henry, Dillon, Walker, Stevenson, Pierce. My wide receivers, I couldn't get Chase, but I think Higgins could have a better year than he did last year.
Yeah, Higgins is good. I like Higgins a lot. I just don't like both of them like on the same team. It's good to have one or the other, but not both.
Yeah, Higgins is a little taller than Chase, so I think he might get some more red zone looks this year.
Yeah, that's kind of the thought for sure.
So I got Higgins and Pittman. I'm really high on Pittman. Ayuk, auto-picked Gallup and Landry, but ended up the draft with Rondale Moore and Tolbert. Mark Andrews and Cole Kmet, both really high on those guys.
Yeah, solid tight end duo there. I'd probably say running back is probably your weakest position as well, if I was gonna pick one position.
I mean, it kind of just revolves around the health of Derrick Henry.
Yeah, well, completely. I mean, if Derrick Henry is healthy all season, your team is gonna kick.
I'm not really concerned if I know you mentioned earlier in the draft if one of the Green Bay Packers running backs go down. I think both of them are going to get plenty of usage.
Yeah, they will for sure.
Like, I don't think it'll matter if there's an injury. I think Aaron Jones is going to catch passes. They're going to use him in wide receiver sets and all that shit. Dylan going to run up the gut, but then I'm sure it's going to switch. Could switch the next play.
Yeah, they can both. Yeah, they can both do both aspects of the game.
With Adams gone, there's a hole. There's a hole to fill, and I think the Green Bay team there is going to use they're going to squeeze every ounce out of those running backs, I think.
Yeah, they're going to run a lot. That's the game plan for sure.
Especially since I don't think Jones is going to be on that team next year, so they're going to run him into the ground.
Right, just like Oakland with Josh Jacobs probably.
And yeah, I don't know. I would be pretty happy with this team. Got some winners on this team that helped me win a dynasty last year, and Andrews, Rogers. I do have Landry on the team, but he's more like a wide receiver 5 or 6, just there. But I think he could be good with Winston.
Yeah,
I think he could have a big year.
They're an interesting team. I don't quite know what to think about that team. Their offensive line has gotten a little bit worse, and some of their players are aging. They're studs, from the past. And then you throw Jameis in there, and he's a little bit of a wild card because he's kind of a feast or famine kind of guy. He could throw you 5 touchdowns in one game, or he could throw you 5 interceptions. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes with that team. They could be really good if everything falls into place for them.
Yeah, I'm not really trying to draft any Saints this year with Breeze gone. I drafted Michael Thomas last year in a redraft league as a stash. I don't think he even played a game last year.
No, he didn't. No.
So I don't know if I want to go down that road again.
He's supposed to be healthy, but yeah, I'm kind of out on him as well. I'd rather let someone else take the risk. It's not like he has Breeze feeding him all those, easy catches and huge target share anymore. So they've got more targets now with Landry and then Olave, and then Alvin Kamara is still there. So I agree. He's a little riskier than I think a lot of people believe it's going to be, but maybe I'm just wrong on him.
Well, I won't be taking any risk drafting Michael Thomas anywhere. There's too many wide receivers in those middle rounds that are just I'd rather have on my team. I hate to pigeonhole Michael Thomas into the same category as Antonio Brown, but I feel like both talented wide receivers, but maybe just not all there and upstairs. I don't know.
Kind of head cases. Yeah, a lot of wide receivers are a little bit diva-ish, so it seems to run in that position group.
Like Michael Thomas, you haven't played a game in how many seasons now? Like through COVID. Like
basically 2.
Like, what is up with you? What is injured and what is going on? I will not be drafting you.
Yeah.
I would definitely draft Landry over Thomas.
Wow. Okay.
Do you fail to recognize Landry
No.
He's from New Orleans?
Yeah.
So he's gonna ball there.
Yeah. I mean, that's fun. I just think Landry isn't quite what he used to be as far as a receiver, but he used to be a target magnet and catch magnet. PPR format, he would be more. I'd be more drawn to him than I would be in a non-PPR or half.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's still gonna get a decent amount.
That's where I have him on my full PPR.
Yeah.
dynasty.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's like my wide receiver 5 or 6 there.
Yeah.
Like I barely start him, but he's there.
Right.
Because he's a vet. He had a little streak there, like he was very Mike Evans-esque. A lot of catches like throughout the years. Like he had a streak going there. But yeah, Cleveland, when he was with Cleveland, they didn't throw the ball too much.
Yeah,
so
that's true. That's true. Running game in Cleveland is where it's at. That's what they want to do.
Cleveland's gonna jinx themselves out of a playoff appearance.
Yeah, it could happen. That team is very good though across the board. Like the one position that they need is Watson. They need him in the game to kind of bring it all together. But the rest of the team though, offensive, defensive lines, good playmakers, amazing running backs, and a stable of amazing running backs. They've got 3 really good ones. So.
Plus the rookie.
Yeah. So, it's going to be interesting.
And now for what you're really here for.
Bold sports predictions.
Prediction.
You want
to go first, Miller?
No,
you go first.
All right. So we kind of had to scramble a bit here. We didn't think of much, but here's my bold prediction for this week. I am going to say that KJ Osborne outscores Adam Thielen in fantasy points this season.
I like it.
It's bold.
Thielen, great hands, great route runner, but KJ's on the rise. He's got youth on his side.
Getting long in the tooth for Thielen. I think he misses a game or 2, and I think KJ is looking good, and he's maybe has a chance to take another step in this new offense.
Yes, I really like that. For my bold sports prediction, we are going to go to San Francisco, specifically the 49ers. I'm going to say Ayuk finishes with more fantasy points than Deebo Samuel.
That's bold.
It's fairly bold because there's maybe like 8 rounds separating them in separating their ADP right now.
Yeah.
With the training camp footage and all the passes from Trey Lance to Ayuk in coverage. So I definitely see Ayuk. I got him in the 10th in this redraft, but I don't know. I could see fantasy managers starting to reach for him in the 7th round because Deebo got paid. He's comfy. Ayuk is entering year 3. And what have we always said about receivers entering their 3rd year?
Yeah, it's a pretty big gap. Definitely, yeah. I think Ayuk's slowly creeping up, though.
There you guys go. Take that to the bank. So that's it for episode 7, guys. I believe it's episode 7.
That is correct.
Anyways, I'm your host, Matty P.
And I'm C Money.
And we're going to see you guys next week.
Peace.